If you're watching this video, you are either A, have yet to play the game and want a second opinion, or B, have played the game and want to roast my take. Either way, I welcome you. Elden Ring was the most hyped up game in 2022, basically having every huge streamer and YouTuber play on its release, and rightfully so. Made by From Software, which have created previous Game of the Year winners Sekiro and other award-winning games such as Bloodborne and the Soul series, Elden Ring was always expected to be a success. However, Elden Ring's popularity broke out all previous records, becoming From Software's biggest success by far. So, why this game? It's not like this is the first time a From Software game has won Game of the Year. Sekiro did it, and while it's also popular, it's nowhere near the level of Elden Ring. Is Elden Ring really that good? Well, yes it is, well for the most part. Elden Ring is what many would consider a Soulsborne game, which is any game that requires a high level of precision and balance in dodging and hitting, making any game in this subgenre relatively more difficult than your average RPG. This is part of the reason why, despite the praise Soulsborne's games receive, there were still many hesitant to play it. However, Elden Ring has broken out of that circle. Unlike previous FromSoft games, Elden Ring seems to be able to attract a much larger range of audience. The reason for this is quite simple. Elden Ring is simply not a traditional Souls game. Elden Ring has one big difference that is blindly obvious to everyone. It is an open world game. Open world games are automatically more appealing due to the obvious trends in recent game releases. However, the open world itself is not just an attraction, but also a way to lower the difficulty. Unlike in other Soulsborne games where it's relatively difficult to level up when you hit a wall, forcing you to get good instead, Elden Ring's open world elements open up new ways to approach the game. If you are stuck on a boss, instead of repeatedly getting destroyed till you memorize their attack patterns and timings, you can now opt to explore other parts of the world to level up and find new items or weapons to make the fight easier. This is much more appealing to the more casual players, and is one of the biggest reasons why the game is so much more popular. Then, you may ask, why is this open world game so much more popular than the many others out there? Well, that brings it one whole round back to its Souls-like element. That's right, the reason why this game may stand out above the rest is also the reason why it was not standing out in the first place. Souls-like games, as I've said, are difficult as hell and punishing to boot. So then, why is there such a huge fanbase for it? We can't all just be M's now, can we? The reason is simple: satisfaction. The satisfaction you get from defeating a hard enemy is one of the best feelings you'll ever get in gaming. Soulside games make each fight difficult, with even common enemies being able to kill you at any stage in the game if you are not careful. This makes you constantly on edge and engrossed, unlike other games where there can be times where you just zone out. Elden Ring works the same way. Elden Ring, in a way, have given people what they have been asking for this whole time: an easy mode. Not a literal easy mode option, but a way to play the game that lowers difficulty. Almost every major fight allows you to have an NPC summoned to help if you complete their side quest first. And even without doing that, you unlock the ability to summon your own creatures to help with fights. Difficulty of each fight can vary drastically just based off how you approach it. Many old-time fans may argue that such systems make fights less enjoyable and satisfying, but while it may be true for those who have experienced Souls games before, for a new player, the feeling of satisfaction is just as high. Veteran players can choose not to use summon systems and not to overlevel to enjoy themselves, while new players can use everything in the game to make fights easier. There's just a way for everyone to enjoy. Not to mention, there is a huge map with tons of hidden secrets, dungeons, catacombs, and more just for you to discover. So, if you have never played Elden Ring and are wondering if you should, do yourself a favor and try it out. Don't be scared of the difficulty. I assure you that no matter how bad you are, there will be a way for you to beat this game without sweating like crazy.